Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo, and today we'll be talking about two Bluetooth products released by FiiO's sub-brand Snowsky. FiiO decided to expand their reach in the ultra-affordable segment, and they released two mass-market products. First one is full-size headphones that they named Anytime. It's full-size on-ear Bluetooth headphones. They have active noise cancelling, transparency, pretty long time, and price is about $30-$35. And also I will show you and tell about the Bluetooth speaker named Anywhere. Simple, affordable speaker with price from $20 to $25, also few different colors, nice design and ability to use two of them as a stereo pair. So, interesting mass market products, nothing audiophilic, but recently it's make me even more curious. Let's have a closer look. As you can see, package is pretty simple, but in my opinion it's okay for the budget product. Traditionally my box was messed a little bit by the local mail, or actually not a little bit, because it's going slightly beyond what I'd call a little bit. And inside everything is also organized in a pretty simple way. Plastic tray covered with plastic lid and some papers, warranty cards, stuff like that. And inside you're getting headphones themselves and USB charging cable. So short one, but what else do we need? In terms of design, of course, there are a lot of things to complain about, like they are mainly made of plastic, and I'm not sure about the durability, like this Fox leather. It looks great out of the box, but how it will behave with time, I have no idea. But from another hand, if we take the price into account, they're just about $30 up to $35. For this price, I think they are pretty good actually, especially taking into account that it's not just some object made of plastic, Fox leather and a bit of metal, but it's also headphones with electronics inside, with battery and a lot of stuff. In general, they look pretty attractive, in my opinion. There are few color versions. This one is gold titanium, and as you can see, it's really good that FiiO decided to use really soft colors. So gold here is like a slight tint. It's definitely not some super bright gold one, and the same applies to other colors they've used. So, nice combination of gold, silver and light beige, white pads and headband. I'm not sure about this color. It's some kind of cream, maybe. There are some names that my wife knows. And there is a metal band on the headband, and it has really nice, well-adjusted clamping force. So, combined with this soft padding here, really soft, it provides a pretty decent wearing comfort, and they have also pretty nice adjusting mechanism. You can count clicks if you want to be equal on both sides. So for OCD people like I am, it's a good thing. They have cups that have 2 degrees of freedom. They are rotating this way, and also they can be swiveled a little bit vertically, so it's really good because they can adjust to the shape of your head and provide the pretty nice seat on top of your ears. They can be rotated outwards when you carry them on your neck, and still, you know, it's one of the biggest mysteries to me, because in my opinion, when you want to carry headphones on your neck, it's more logical to rotate them inwards, so they will be this way. So you rotate them, and then they are on your neck with pads down. But if you put this on the right ear and this on the left, like they are labeled, you need to rotate them grills out. Still not sure why a lot of manufacturers do that. Maybe there is some reason behind it. As you can see, these chrome-plated parts gather fingerprints, but actually they are not really noticeable, so I think it's kind of okay thing. We have 4 buttons on the right cup for volume to turn on and off, and for active noise cancelling control. And also here is USB Type-C for charging and the LED indicator. So, in terms of work time, I've got more than 20 hours with active noise cancelling. Sorry, I didn't measure it precisely, but I just forgot to write down that numbers when I was testing. And in my opinion, 20 hours is more than enough for vast majority of use cases. And on the FiiO side, they mentioned 35 hours with ANC and more than 50 hours without ANC. So, in my opinion, really good figures. Even if it will be like 30 hours, I think it's pretty decent. In terms of volume, they are not super loud. For me, it's enough volume, but a friend of mine who likes to listen really loud said that he's lacking a bit of volume. In terms of ANC quality, it's actually better than I've expected for this form factor. They indeed reduce monotone background noise, but at the same time you'll get that sense of slight pressure on your ear. It can be perceived as kind of pressure or like some ultra low sound that is barely audible. But when you are on the street or somewhere when there is a lot of noise, when you need ANC, probably it's an okay trade-off. Also, they have transparency mode, which has noticeable background noise when it's activated, but it makes the job done when you need to talk to someone without removing headphones. It's kind of normal option to have. Also, they have a game mode with low latency, and it works indeed. I tried with some videos, with games. I'm not super sensitive for such things, but for me it was kind of okayish. I didn't notice any delays that I could pinpoint in the game mode. So. What else I can say about them? They hold in connection pretty well, even in places like shopping malls, when there are a lot of Wi-Fi networks outside, they still held connection pretty well, but I think it can be depending on the source you are using. And in general, they provide pretty nice wearing comfort with soft padding here. I didn't experience a lot of ears overheating, but still with such form factor I prefer to make a pause every hour or so to give ears some rest. Here is our traditional microphone test. I am recording this part of the video with headphones on my head using their built-in microphone. I won't apply here any gain correction or equalization, so this part will give you an idea on how their microphone sounds. In terms of sound, it's exactly what you can expect from a decent $30 on-ear headphones connected via Bluetooth. So it's not something audiophilic, they're not trying to be natural, resolving, monitoring. They have a noticeable V-shaped coloration, they don't trying to be the most resolving, but for this price I'd say that they sound okay, and overall tuning is done to minimize the drawbacks and highlight the strong parts, so overall sound is kind of enjoyable, especially if you use them during workout, on the street, so in the situations where you're not focused on listening of small nuances, details and stuff like that. So bass has not the maximum depth, but not the worst one. So deeper layers of bass is present, but somewhat simplified. But at the same time, mid bass is pretty nice. It has a healthy amount of accent, not too much, but at the same time, it has a bit of additional warmth. It has a bit of additional weight and presence. not too much to sound veiled or muffled, but to give you that sense of additional body for the instruments. Resolution is okay, but of course not the maximum one. Compared to some more expensive models, you'll be lacking small nuances, but still instrument sounds more or less realistic. Attacks are nice, not the fastest one, not the tightest one, but at the same time, when necessary, it delivers nice sense of punch. For this price, I'm more than satisfied. And as an example, it's Bijelo Dugme, Ovaj, Ples, Dugme, Biraju. Really stunning dark cabaret-like track with that is based on the acoustic bass, and it sounds pretty decent with these headphones, with that sense of string pull and release they give it to you. Mids are like recessed, not too much, but it's noticeable because the lows and highs are accented and more dominating in the overall representation. Resolution is kind of okay, but also don't expect them to be focused on small nuances and details. Instrument sounds more or less realistic, but male vocal sometimes sounds a bit nasal, and I will show it in the examples. Imaginary stage is about average in width and slightly less than average in depth, but in width instruments are separated properly. In depth they're lacking a bit of separation of layers. And they're not critical for the quality of records, of course. It won't make sense for such type of headphones with this tuning. In general, they are really good on not super complex music, not something audiophilic, something that don't require maximum technical performance or stuff like that. And as an example, actually, I've promised you, and here it is. David Bowie, Ziggy, Stardust, pretty decent guitar, drums, but Bowie's vocal a bit shifted in terms of pitch and sounds a bit less natural that I've used to. But still keep the price in mind, that's only the main thing here. Treble is simple, slightly accented. If you're sensitive for the high frequencies, maybe you would like to use some equalizer. To my ears it's not too much, extension is slightly above average, basic overtones are kind of okay, but don't expect rich layering or super extended overtones, so just basic treble to give you that sense of cymbals and some overtones of the instruments that goes to the high frequencies. And example for the high frequencies, it's Killer Queen by the Queen. Compared to something wired, more expensive, of course you'll be lacking that richness of the chorus, overtones for the chorus, richness of the guitar and stuff like that, but in general it's pretty enjoyable nevertheless, and overall treble here balancing low frequencies pretty okay, delivering that you want to get from the high frequencies in the affordable headphones. Let's take a short break from Anytime headphones and look at Anywhere speaker. I really think that full name of this speaker should be "Don't use it anywhere near other people if they are not okay with that." And as you can see, I've got a green version, but there are some other color options here, and actually same simple box with nice polygraphy, and inside you'll get a speaker, carbine, and USB Type-C charging cord. Pretty short one, actually everything that you can expect. In terms of design, I really like it. It's really pleasant to touch. It has that compact shape, weight less than 200 grams, so it's easy to carry anywhere. It has a built-in lanyard, which also looks pretty attractive. And in general, this rubberized design is really good looking, and all color options are nice. It has strong magnet at the bottom, so you can attach it to some, I don't know, some metal pole or to your fridge or to some other metal surface if you want to. It has IPX6 waterproof, so not created to be submerged in water, but based on this rating, some raindrops shouldn't spoil it. And actually, thanks to this rubberized design, probably it's true. Here is USB Type-C for charging, and in terms of work, I've got more than 10 hours. At least FiiO mentioned up to 21 hours, but most likely it's achievable only on the really low volumes. 4 control buttons on top, on-off, volume buttons, also long press means track navigation, and play pause. One drawback, in my opinion, is that it has voice assistant and it's
power on, pairing.
It always has this one fixed volume. I didn't find a way to turn it off. Another interesting feature I haven't tested, but it could be pretty fun, especially if you're going to have some outdoors party. You can pair 2 of these speakers to get a stereo sound, which can improve immersion slightly. And in terms of sound, it's kind of nice for this price. It's no distortion, even on pretty high volumes, at least that volume that I consider high, because I'm living in multi-apartment building and I can't crank volumes really high. It has some kind of resonator for the low frequencies, and of course it's not like, you know, speaker like bass, but still you getting some sense of substance on the low frequencies, pretty clean mids and simplified but okay-ish treble. So for this price I think it sounds kind of okay. My wife uses it when she cooks in kitchen, and she also enjoys it. Actually, it's one of the usages that Snowsky/FiiO mentioned on their website, so I'm using it as it should be. So pretty nice accessory, I think, on par with other offers of similar kind. I can't do any meaningful comparisons here because I haven't heard any Bluetooth headphones in this price range. But compared with wired models, first of all, of course, it's Snowsky own Wind. You know, I think that this model makes Wind a bit like senseless, because with like 12 or $15 extra, you're getting slightly more balanced sound to my ears, and without wires, with active noise cancelling. So in my opinion, this model offers better value. But if you feel like urge for more audiophilic listening, you can get like, I don't know, either cost Porta Pro or cost more affordable models. They have something for $30, and they will be slightly more balanced in terms of overall signature. But for them, you most likely will need some source that provides enough of technicality and control. So, you know, it's a matter of balancing pro and cons, and in general, I'd say that for their price, it's a pretty decent model, especially for listening on the go during your daily commute or something like that. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.